So I believe you know quite enough about dot calculus and Dotty to concentrate right now only on our goals as IDE developers. And a little survey to just warm up. Who uses IntelliJ IDEA as an everyday IDE? Oh, great. And Eclipse IDE. Okay. Something like this. Vim, Emacs. Okay. Okay, I see. And who has any experience with Dotty? Not so much. Okay. And Hello World included. No. Have somebody tried to compile something? Okay. The third question is for those of you who is experienced with Dotty and who used IntelliJ IDEA for it. Oh, yeah. The outcome was quite predictable. In general, nobody has, but not only me. The point of my today's talk is this. We'd like to make an official announcement that we are working on Dotty support and we're going to give it a full support in our plugin. So this decision was made shortly after Dotty Bootstrap was introduced on October 23rd, 2015. And the announcement contained a list of next steps for Dotty, and IDE support was included. So I decided to use this tweet as an epigraph for my speech. I read it just 2 hours later than several Dotty-related commits were pushed. So obviously it hasn't billions of favs and retweets. It's not Katy Perry tweet. But why do we find this tweet important for us? First of all, it indicates interest in our work. Thank you. Your interest is appreciated. Moreover, this tweet indicates an community interest in Dotty. So we are on the right way. So now I'm going to give a live demo for current Dotty state. So let's try with a new project. We have an IntelliJ IDEA here. Create new project. Then we can select Dotty. It's highly experimental features, so it's only available in nightly builds. So let me show you a little bit later how to set the update channel. So we can try to create a Dotty project. Let's title it something like test Dotty. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, here we go. So we can create a Dotty SDK. I've got Dotty SDK already downloaded to my laptop. But you can download it latest snapshot just with one hit of the button. So there is no need to create a new one, and we hit finish. And here we go. So first of all, okay. First of all, I'm going to give you a Hello World tour to Dotty. So you can try this in two simple ways. The first one is not so well known and obvious, but it matches, I think, very good. It's called Scala worksheet, and we can create a file, hello world, just a few seconds, compilation, and here it is. Hello world was printed, so very nice. But it's just it can be treated like a playground. So let's try something more. Okay, let's create an object called main with a main function, and let's get it started. So I'll show you some features that are Dotty specific, and I show you some features of our plugin that are already done for Dotty, so you can try it. For example, we create a trade foo with one function and a trade bar, all with one function. As far as you know, there are intersection and union types in Dotty, so let's try to create something. Val foo with type foo with bar and create foo. So the obvious Scala syntax is deprecated, so we can replace with, for example, and try to compile it. Okay, let's have a see what is happening. Yeah, type mismatch as predicted. So let's just change ampersand to a bar and run once again. So it gets compiled, and I forgot to print the value. Well, the value as predicted is 1, and now we can try some IDEA stuff. So first of all, we have already some key features like find usages. So we can see that trade foo has 2 usages, one as a type declaration, one new instance creation. We've got an icon here. So thread has implementation. We can jump here. For example, well, this is very nice. Yesterday I was asked by Dmitry Petrashko if we have a debugger, and I didn't know. So today I'm going to show you that we have debugger already. Okay, something very simple. And let's put a breakdown here and let's debug it. Okay. As predicted, and we've got already evaluate expression. We can evaluate foo with foo. It's evaluating. Once again. What the problem? I have tried it 10 minutes ago, but okay, some bad stuff. Well, and then we have done with this program. So let's see some more complex code, like name it. Well, as far as you know, maybe know, there is new syntax for Dotty in some places. So we already support it for types. So and you can write in this way. So and it's sugar for something like this. Don't worry about red code. Not all the features are good at the moment, so conformance is at weak state, but in general we can try it and use it already. So let me show you the class path. I think it's very interesting. So you don't need, there is no versions, troubles, no class path, I'm sorry, no class path troubleshootings. You get it automatically. You can update, you can hit update snapshot button. The newest snapshot will be downloaded and you can update it even every day. So your snapshot will be the last one. So, okay, let's go to the back to the presentation. So the next slide. The basic approach to support new languages in IDEA is very straightforward. A new language implies a new plugin. So in general, it seems very obvious. Every language has its own grammar, type system, set of features, concepts, etc. So, here is the list of reasons to create a new plugin. So if all the conditions are satisfied, that you have got a new grammar, a new set of features, or something like that, then obviously you need a new one, the new plugin. But what's about what we shall do if the languages are quite similar? Are there any examples of languages with the dialects? Yes, there is such a language. It's called SQL. As far as you know, moreover, it has so many dialects that JetBrains released a special tool called DataGrip a few months ago to support SQL and databases. So the problem is, unlike the SQL plugin, the Scala one wasn't designed to support dialects. No one had an idea that someday we're going to support some dialects of Scala, but this day is here. So since IntelliJ IDEA is a static code analysis tool, it runs some compiler phases on its own. It imitates them, and some of them are mentioned on this slide, like syntax analysis, type inference. It's the most complex phase. So, and to fully support Dotty in IDEA, we need to have a suitable implementation for each of the phases. In the concepts of Dotty, the type inference is the most interesting thing, but the first problem is that the rest of the compiler phases or concepts has had no special interfaces and has no ability to re-implement it in the brand new way. So AST model is, we've got it from the IntelliJ platform, so it's kind of exception that there is a very good interface, but for the rest of them, there is no such an interface. So here's a list of goals that the list of problems that we were faced to when decided to give Dotty support. So there are, I think, four of them. So since we've got multiple implementations, we need to wait. Since we've got multiple implementations for Scala and for Dotty, for example, we need to choose a suitable one. So when do you have your new plugin for IDEA? The IntelliJ platform contains a dependency injection framework, so you can use it. You can use it straight away. And it gives you such an opportunity. But the main difference between Scala and Dotty is the brand new type system. And there is no type system abstraction in IntelliJ platform because no one needed one at all. So we were forced to create our own registry on the plugin level to register type systems and potentially other components that will appear in our work. And we decided to implement it at more Scala-like way with implicit parameters. And we are trying to use them very, very often. So most of the compiler phases that are imitated by the plugin are working over the type system. It's under construction right now. So a lot of plugin features will be available right after the type system would be fully supported, and moreover, it will be they'll work correctly without any new line of code, and it is very interesting. So now we've got a plugin for plugin, and we need to go deeper. Now we've got an opportunity. We created some interfaces, and we've got an opportunity to register Dotty-specific implementations very quickly. And the great advantage of this approach is that we can add syntax analysis for very new features very quickly, right after the one become introduced. And yesterday, my team lead Alexander Podkhaluzin made a joke that I could write an implementation for some of the features in 40 minutes today as a talk. What's about type system? Why we can talk? What I can tell you. There are some features that were removed, and there are some features, class types, type classes that were added to the type system. So intersection and union types were introduced yesterday, and I don't think that I'm going to add something about them. But I'm going to say something about the types that were removed. It's well known that generic type parameters can be replaced with abstract type members in Scala. But the Scala type system uses both of the concepts, and it implies some growing complexity, potential bugs on the compiler side, on the IDE side, and it's not so good. So all the concepts from the right side were removed, and they were emulated with refinements of type members. So I already have shown an example of this, that we have a generic type and how it can be represented with type aliases. So, and all of these four types were replaced just with one. And this is very important for language designers and also for us, because not only compiler's type system becomes easier, our type system becomes easily too. I'm sorry. Our plugin already performs most of the disaggregation with these types. So in Dotty mode, it uses only refinement types inside the typer, so no type parameters, extension types, or something like that. So what could I say about types that were in Scala and that the ones that Dotty contains? So the set of the type classes can be split in 3 parts. That is only for Dotty, the ones that are only for Scala, and some additional types like JVM types, Boolean int, something like that, Java array type, and so on. So there won't be compound types, existential types, and you have already seen that, for example, the with type is deprecated, so we've got an inspection to replace it with the union type. So our further roadmap is I'm going to talk about it. Scala plugin has a long and winding road of evolution. And what is Dotty for us? Dotty is an opportunity. For language developers, Dotty is an opportunity to develop to improve the language. Make it simpler, make it faster. This is a platform that gives an opportunity to experiment with some language features, as you know. Same rules applies for us. For us, Dotty is an opportunity to review the code base of the plugin, to reimplement some processes in more modern or extendable way. And extendability is one of the points. Some of them may be rewritten with some recent Scala features. Implicit is the good example of this feature. We'd like to have widely used it in our code base. So also, Dotty is a motivation. To be honest, we have a lack of motivation to change some plugin models. Like syntax analysis is the good example of such a model, or maybe the best one. So historically, the Scala plugin contains a main parser. It was written 8 years ago, and the number of language features in Scala since 2000 that were introduced since 2008 doesn't make it better. So the features were added piece by piece in some chaotically way, and it's motivation to re-implement it. And nowadays it's quite common to use parser generators like IntelliJ. So why do we like IntelliJ? So this approach will give us several advantages. On the one hand, it can boost the performance and prevent a lot of potential errors. On the other hand, it will give us an opportunity to a very simple and convenient way to support Scala dialects like Dotty or Subscript. There is another one dialect. So, for example, if you are interested in creating your own language based on dot calculus, you can try it, and you will be able to support it in IntelliJ. Or maybe one day we will support it on our own. The problem with the IntelliJ is that IntelliJ has its own model, and IntelliJ has its own model of syntax trees and related concept. So, and I'm currently experimenting with this. I try to figure out how to use it in our plugin, or is it suitable for our plugin or not? Or do we need to implement it on our own? What is coming soon? Some of the features were introduced yesterday during the evening keynote. As I mentioned, we can implement syntax analysis very quick. So the syntax analysis for language features, it is on its way, and it may be already ready before Scala Days Berlin. Though the full support of the features may take a while, but we ought to give you an opportunity even to just to compile your code without errors. The most interesting feature here is Scala to Dotty project migration tool. We're going to release it after Dotty compiler official release. You will be able to move your Scala project to the Dotty one, and Dotty modules is the feature, the related feature. So nowadays you can create a project and it will be compiled either with Scala, either with Dotty. And we're going to break this rule. You can have one module compiled with Scala and the other module compiled with Dotty. So, okay. I think, as I mentioned, the talk wasn't very tough. I think you've got some question right now, and if you are about to ask something personally about Dotty support, you can reach me at the JetBrains desk, and you can even propose something Dotty applicable you are concerned about, and we are going to support it maybe someday. So, and once again, thank you for your time and your questions.
You said, I saw on the slides that you removed the higher kind of types, so I assume you encode them in something else. Is that the same as in the Dotty compiler, or what do you use to encode higher kind of types?
On this slide?
Yeah, that's the one.
This one?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can. Honestly, we didn't get to high kind of types, so maybe it's my fault to introduce it in this list. But I copied it from here because. So it's work in progress. Yeah, the work of a type system is in progress. So. Most of the thoughts are from the Dotty compiler. We just look into the code base. When we started with the parser, I opened the Scala grammar and the Dotty one, and saw the difference, and re-implemented some parse modules. So, any other questions? So I think there are no questions. Okay, thank you very much.